Hi guys, and welcome back to another video game with the powers. I'm Jake, and in today's video, we are going digital. That's right, guys. We're going to be taking a look at the early access version of the digital edition of the board game Canvas. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the board game Canvas, I got it right here for you. This is a game where you are essentially a painter and you are going to be drafting or collecting these transparent cards and layering them together to create different paintings. And so you'll need 3 of these transparent cards to make a painting. These transparent cards are going to have icons at the bottom of them that you are going to want to match up with the scoring cards that are selected for that particular game in order to score victory points. And so each one of your 3 paintings will be scored, and then you will add up all the victory points that you have claimed, and the player with the most victory points is going to be the winner. Now, Canvas is normally a game for 1 to 5 players, ages 14 plus, right around 30 minutes per playthrough, and this one is coming to you from the team over at R2I Games. I was super excited to receive an email about Canvas, the digital edition, guys, because if you watched my most recent top 100 games of all time for 2025, Canvas did make the list. It was either 38th or 35, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was in the 30s at some point, so I very much enjoy Canvas. It's a beautiful looking game, it's a quick game, it's easy to get to the table, and a very approachable game as well. So when I received an email from Map Digital, right, that's the indie studio that has kind of developed this game along with the original designers R2I and a new publisher, Tycoon Games, as well, I was ecstatic to be able to create content for this game and show it off. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump down to my computer screen where we're going to take a look at the digital version of Canvas together. All right, guys, so we are here at my computer screen. I do want to mention again that this is the early access version of the game, right? This is version 0.8 here. And this is also on Steam, okay? So I'll go ahead and put the link, or I'll somehow find a link to the Steam page of the digital edition of Canvas. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in. Now, this is going to be the main play screen. So the main way you're going to be able to play the game is locally. You can adjust over here on the left-hand side the number of players that you would like to play. So we can have up to 5 players, just like in the standard game. You can make these human or AI, whatever you would like. We're going to go ahead and select a 2-player game today, playing against the AI. They also have a tutorial mode that you could select as well. Also, something that's really cool, it allows you the options to customize the different scoring cards that you would like to play as well, or you can just have them all random. Now, so far in the game, because it is early access, they just have the core game of Canvas. If you are familiar with the world of Canvas, there are 2 other expansions, Reflections and Refractions. I don't want to say Reflections, and I can't remember what the other one is as well, but they are going to add in some new ways to play the game, add in more transparent cards, and different things like that. But this is just the core box, the core game here, the very first version of Canvas. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, I also gonna warn you guys ahead of time, look, Canvas is a game that I enjoy very much, but it also is a game that I am terrible at. Really quickly, let me go ahead and adjust the settings a little bit. I just wanna make sure the sound effects here in the music is not overbearing. So we'll go ahead and put those at 50. We should be able to keep the sound effects at 75. That shouldn't be too bad. And let's go ahead and resume our game. So what we are looking at today. So let's go from top to bottom. In a game of Canvas, the very first thing you're going to want to look at is the scoring cards that we have available. So there are 4 different scoring cards. We have proximity, consistency, proportion, and composition. So taking a look at proximity, these are going to be the ways that you're going to be able to score points in the game. So score proximity for each square and sun in adjacent swatches. Square and suns in the same swatch are not considered adjacent. Remember, each element can only be counted once per scoring. So in our example here, right, these are together in different swatches. These are together in different swatches, so I would get 2 ribbons for this particular painting. This painting over here, these are together, but these are not considered together because these have already been used once and they cannot be in the same swatch, so you would only score 1 ribbon for this. And when it comes to the particular ribbons, you can see underneath the scoring card, this is a better version here. So 1 red ribbon is worth 2 victory points, 2 red ribbons are worth 5, 3 red ribbons are worth 8, and 4 red ribbons are worth 12 at the end of the game. Okay, the green one, consistency. If the painting has exactly 6 elements. So right here, we have 6 elements in our painting. We will score 1 for that. If we do not have 6 or more than 6, then we will not score. So that one's pretty simple and easy. Proportions. If the painting has at least 3 of the same element and a set of at least 2 of the same element. The 2 sets can be of the same element type or 2 different element types. So in this example here, we got 3 wheels, and then we have 2 triangles. That meets our condition. In this example, we have a lot of suns, and then we have the square and the triangle, but I believe the suns are the ones that count in this particular instance, right? Because at least 3 of the same element, so we would have 3 suns, and then 2 sets of at least 2 of the other same element. So we have 3 technically are 3 of the same element, and then 2 of the same element as well. So the same element can be used in this particular circumstance for that one. And then the last one is composition. So if all 5 swatches have elements or bonus icons, we will score a point. So if we manage to fill up all 5 colors, if we don't, then we will not score points as well. So those are the scoring conditions that I'm going to be looking at to score points for my painting. You also have one last scoring condition, which are silver ribbons. So anytime a silver ribbon pops up, you'll see them right here. Like this would score me 1 silver ribbon per triangle that I have in my painting here. Those silver ribbons are worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. So in the middle of the board here, or the screen, we have all of the different transparent cards with the symbols on them that I am trying to score. And normally, or in this game of Canvas, the leftmost transparent card is going to be free, and then every other card after that is going to cost you some of these painter I forgot what they're called, painter palettes. I'm just gonna call them painter palettes here to do one. So you can see actually here at the bottom of the cards is gonna tell you how many of these palettes it would cost you to gain each card. So I need to pay 1 palette to get that one, 2 palettes, 3 palettes, and 4 palettes. And you will place these palettes on the subsequent cards that are before that. So if I wanted to take this warning card, I would need to place 1 palette here, 1 palette on freedom to be able to take the warning card. And then anytime you take a card with a palette on it, you will gain that palette. And then last but not least, here will be my row of cards that I have taken, and then my my first painting that I'm going to make. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. Again, I am terrible at this game, so bear with me. So I think what we really want to try and do is work on these proximities. So really right now, freedom might be the best one, but beauty would not be bad at either because it would help me gain the proportion and composition. We'll take beauty for free. Now what's really cool is you can select this box down here to automatically end your turn after taking, because on your turn you are either taking a card or creating a painting. So take my card and end my turn, giving it to our opponent. And let's see what he is going to take from us. Oh, he is taking that card. Very interesting. All right, now let's take a look at our painting. So we can click on our painting card to bring up kind of this new menu. And what's really cool about this one is I can slot these cards in here right now to kind of see what I got and mess around. You can also click these areas to change the backdrop of the painting, really giving you some more customization options, but I'll stick with the yellow for now. So I have the very first card. I got a green color wheel and a blue triangle. So I should look at maybe grabbing this sun because that would help me fill the swatches. This would get me 2 matching, and then we can kind of figure things out from there. Let's grab this one and see what presents to us. Ooh, that bait looks really nice. Okay. So we have green So the green and the sun would work really well together. So that might be one. And then I would just need to find one sun. Interesting. Let's grab the bait. Let's grab bait. So I'll need to spend 3. And let's see what else presents our opportunities. I mean, this is really going to score us the most victory points. Well, really, if we do this 3 times, that only will give us 8, unless we can find a way to get 2 suns and 2 greens. So if I get a blue sun, doesn't look like a blue sun is coming to me. So really, we could just get 29 points if we meet each of these 3 criterias every time. This is what makes the game so difficult for me. Is trying to figure out exactly, like I start to go one direction and then switch the next direction as soon as it happens. So red and green. So I have a yellow. Let's take this out and grab this and switch this back. So I have a green as well. We can actually drop that in there. Right, so that will give us 1 part. And what's also really cool, it tells you what you have available. So I have 1 red at my disposal right now. So if I can find ideally a blue sun, I would also get that. And then maybe a red sun. Maybe, well, I already got 2 layered up, man. So that is tough having 2 layered up. So I need blue, yellow, a red. I mean, that might work. Take this card. And then let's see what he does. Is he gonna take, wow, okay. I have no more pallets left, so I have to take this, but I get 6 pallets. Okay, that's gonna be huge next turn. And let's see what he does. Okay, so I have 5 cards, so I have to complete a painting now. And my only options might be that, which would get me 1 purple, 1 blue, and 1 red. That is probably the best options that I have, so let's go ahead and do that. It's actually a really good painting for me. So I got 5 victory points right now, I believe. Yep. So I got 5 victory points. He's making a painting, and he's got 1 green and 1. What did he have? 1 green and 1 blue, which will get him 5. Okay, interesting. Let's see what we have. So I have a sun. Do we have any squares? So that's a square, that's a square. I think I actually take this. Let's see what he's taking. Okay. Ooh. So I have a red square. Do I have any suns? So I need a blue square. So that would do that. Green, and then I need another. Okay, let me take this. There's my yellow. Ugh. And I just have enough to take it. Let me try it. All right. Hopefully I did this correctly. Let me see how I want to complete my next painting here. Okay, so let's go put that down first. Oh, I think I messed this up. I won't have a green, maybe? No, I can still. Interesting. I did mess this up. I needed a sun. Yeah. Dang it, I messed this one up. This is bad. I was thinking I already had another sun. So we ideally want this. No, we want that. And that covers that. See? That's tough. That is tough. I got bad. Okay, let's do this. Well, color wheel. And maybe we just do that. That gives me nothing. That only gives me one color wheel. Jeez. This might give me something better. Does that give me anything better? If I layer that. And that gives me one. I messed up bad. Okay. Let's go this. This will give me one per. And then do I have? Yeah, so I can kind of recover a little bit. Okay. Let's go that. That's one purple. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever way you slice it. One purple, one silver. Yeesh. That's tough. That is tough. Okay, last one. He's making a painting. Shoosh. He did a lot on that one. Did he get anything for that? Yeah, he's at 12. Golly, man. All right. Let's try and do this. Let's do this. Okay, so I got yellow. So I need a red sun, but no red sun is out. There's no suns out, actually. Okay. So maybe we just go... I have 0, so I actually have to take this. Interesting. I think I take this. There's my red sun. I might grab that and see. And I might actually, hold on now. I might be able to recover. Last painting, here we go. Roll the dice. Rolling the dice. Okay, let's go this first. All right, now I need yellow. All right, that gives me one red, and then do I have... Man, see if I do that, then it takes that off. That gives me one red, one blue, and one green. I don't think there's anything else. One blue, one purple. So let's see. This would essentially score me... Green would score me 3 points. Purple would give me 6, so that's 9, and then 10, 11 for that. Or if I did this. Wait, did I not get a red in that? I do get a red, actually. So, hold on. I gotta do math here. So this would give me 3, 6, 12, 13, 14 from that painting. Or... Oh, wow. That's actually the best one. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so one thing I really like about Canvas is it tells me what I have completed, which is probably one of my biggest downfalls in the base game of Canvas, is you can see there, I did not realize that until I put that in there. So let's go with that one. And that might actually get me to win, because that's 28. What does he got? What does he got? That was huge for me. Okay. We might have done it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it! Yes! I finally beat the computer. It's like the 5th time I played and finally beat the AI. All right, guys. Well, look, that is a game here. This is our overview of what we were able to do. That's kind of his paintings as well and what he was able to score. So, that is that. Let's take it back here to the main menu. All right, guys. Well, look, I hope you enjoyed this look at the early access version for the digital edition of the board game Canvas. I think they have done an excellent and phenomenal job here of really capturing the look, the feel, the style, the vibe of what Canvas the board game really is. And there's some really cool things that they've done in this digital edition to make it still feel like you are playing that original version of Canvas. Not that they changed the game, the tabletop game from the digital edition at all, because it exactly is a carbon copy of the board game. But what I mean is, like, sometimes when a board game gets transitioned to a digital version, it loses some of the luster, is really the wrong word, but it loses some of the things that really make the board game. And so, you know, one of those things for me is that ability, as you are playing the digital version, to kind of still see and layer these transparent cards as you are going through the different rounds and turns. That's the huge, it's a huge thing in the board game of Canvas. So it still allows you to do this in the digital version, and I really, really like that as well. You know, they could have just gone with the direction of you have to take a mental note throughout the whole time and draft these 5 cards, and then finally when you decide to put your painting together, then you put the cards together. So that's a direction they could have taken, but I'm glad they still decided to capture that original feel in the Canvas board game. And they've also added something that can be done with the digital edition of when you are creating these paintings, it'll let you know what scoring conditions that you have met. I'll say for a player like me, that is the biggest struggle when I play Canvas, is when I'm laying these cards, having to look at all the different scoring conditions I've met. And there are possibilities, like you just saw in today's digital edition, where I actually have a much better combo, but I'm not paying attention to it until I mix and match the different cards that I have at my table, which I was able to do just now, which led me to a massive, massive final turn, which ultimately won me the game. So I really, really enjoyed that about the digital edition as well. Look, all in all, I am super, super excited. Look, I think they've done a phenomenal, excellent job here with this digital edition of the game. And whenever I feel like playing Canvas solo now, I'm busting out this digital edition of this one. So they've done an excellent, phenomenal job with this version. If you guys enjoyed this content, smash that like button, hit that notification bell, drop down below in the comments. Do you think you guys are ever gonna take a look at the digital edition of Canvas and maybe play that? And last but not least, guys, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe so we can keep bringing you some more awesome content. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.